profile. I'm gonna try and find a way to fit. Like, I'm telling you, I was about to lose my mind. Hey guys, it's the Flower Goat. I have not posted a video on this channel in like 20 years. All jokes aside, if I told you guys about the experiences I've had with men, you would not believe me. Like, you would literally not believe me. My story times in regards to men are so ridiculous, like so out of this world. I've literally had people tell me to write books about my experiences. They literally told me I should write a book about my life experiences. But instead, I decided to bring it to YouTube. It's like you're watching a very bad but dramatic Lifetime movie.
Why did you take my husband away from me?
Maybe we'll talk about those experiences another day, or maybe never. In today's video, we will be discussing a recent incident that happened in my life. And it's actually been happening to me since last year. Now, I just want to specify that this whole charade of being impersonated did not start with the app that I'm going to mainly be discussing in this video, which is Tinder. It all started with a dating app called BLK, or Black, which is basically a dating app for Black people who are single.
It's a dating app for Black singles.
And it's free.
And no, this video is not sponsored. After these negative experiences I've had with both of these apps, I will never be promoting their stuff on my platform for money or for whatever reason. But I do think I should be compensated properly for the nonsense I've had to endure as a result of these apps. So for reference, I believe this all started back in September 2022, sometime around there. And this was right around the time that I was in a really messed up situation or relationship, whatever you want to call it. So one day I'm on the phone with this guy I was talking to at the time, and randomly I started getting texts, emails, all at once. I'm talking like straight out of a horror movie. Like, everything just started happening all at once. And I'm thinking, like, did someone expose me or like leak personal information about me? Because there's no way, like, there's no way little quiet old me is experiencing this right now. Like, I'm telling you, I was about to lose my mind. And it started off with a bunch of text messages and emails, and then it escalated to phone calls. The damned phone calls. I literally had to silence my phone with the little bed icon that Apple has. I literally had to silence my phone with that. It was the only thing that was stopping my phone from going off constantly. It was driving me insane. The constant messaging, the calling. Can you imagine that? You're on a phone call, or you're just busy doing something, you're trying to mind your business, and you're getting constant messages and phone calls from random people that you do not know. And I had to take the time to block several numbers one after the other, which was very tedious and annoying. At the time, I didn't think to, reach out to the people to get like details on whoever it was who was impersonating me, because I just wanted to get rid of anybody trying to contact me or like call me or whatever. It was just very annoying, and my only goal was to get rid of all of those people on my phone. And to make matters worse, I was getting like random pictures of men, pictures of them not clothed, very weird pictures that made me very uncomfortable. It was just a plain old disaster. Now, as I told you, I was on the phone when this was happening. I was on FaceTime, to be more specific. And I told the guy that I was talking to that this was happening to me, and he was way too nonchalant about it. Do I think he's suspect now that I'm looking back? Yes, because it started around the time that I started talking to him, but we'll discuss that another time. So I told myself, you know what? I'm just gonna have to email BLK and get this solved on my own, because the blocking and it's just not working. It wasn't working. They were still calling, still getting random numbers on my phone. And this went on for several days. One day it stopped. A couple of months ago, I'm gonna say maybe back in January, it started all over again. Now we're gonna fast forward to present day, the app that inspired me to make this video. Now for the past maybe 3-4 weeks, I want to say, I've been getting photos of random men text messaging me, sending me photos of them, texting me inappropriate messages, calling me late at night when I have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning for work every weekday. The most terrifying thing that happened in regards to the Tinder situation that didn't happen with the BLK app was that I was getting FaceTime calls this time. Like with BLK, I was not getting FaceTime calls with men, but with Tinder, I was getting literal FaceTime calls from random people. Can you imagine that? You're laying in your bed late at night, getting ready to go to bed, and you're getting FaceTime calls from people you don't know. That has never, in the history of me being alive, that has never happened to me before, ever. I kid you not, my phone was blowing up with text messages like, "Hey Jayla," or "Hey Jay."
This is Mike. I'm gonna FaceTime you now.
And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't know who you are.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
It's not like they would try to call me once and FaceTime me. No. My life is not that simple. They would call me, FaceTime me several times, and it'd be the same couple of numbers. They'd be like, "Oh, maybe she just didn't pick up the first time. Let me call again." And I'm just like... This was so traumatizing for me, like, you guys really don't understand. So I finally, after what felt like several weeks, finally decided to use my noggin, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna contact Tinder because someone is trying to deliberately mess with me and drive me insane. And I came to the brightest conclusion that it was someone who had to be close to me. No scammer is going out of their way to give your phone number to random men to message you. Like, that's just it's a very sick and twisted thing to do. But a scammer wants your money.
Money, oh money! Oh, I love you.
Giving people my phone number is not going to help a scammer get money out of me. That's not how this works, right? So I knew for a fact that it wasn't a scammer. It was giving very much crime of passion. It had to be someone that I knew. So like I said, I had enough and I reported the account to Tinder because I don't... One thing about me, I don't like being harassed, bullied. I don't take well to stuff like that. Anybody who knows me personally knows that I tend to be quiet and I'm not very confrontational. So I reached out to Tinder and I threatened to escalate the issue because at this point, now you're using my personal information to have other people harass me. And in itself, you're technically harassing me as well because you're getting other people who I do not know and who are also unaware that that is not me on the app texting them. You're getting them to harass me too. And to add to this, anybody who does their research on anything knows that this is actually a crime. Impersonation is a crime. They have valuable information of mine that they're just able to spread throughout the app without any verification. This person who was impersonating me obviously had no verification. First of all, why are you swiping on anybody on a dating app who is not verified? What do you gain out of doing that? Just because somebody's giving you a number does not mean that they're real. Sweetie, before you swipe on anybody, you make sure that they're verified. Not swiping on anybody who's not verified. Absolutely not. Impersonators like, "Hey, here's my number, but I'm not verified." Like, what? Like, Tinder allows that to happen? Tinder tends to ignore cases like this, but with my case, because I have proof of it and I sent them the screenshots, which I will show you guys in a second. I sent them the screenshots of my incident and also told them that they're using my phone number. They did not want the smoke, so they immediately deleted the account. Like I said, no scammer would waste their precious time and days trying to text people instead of getting a bag. Like, no scammer is gonna waste their time texting random men to harass me. Harassing me is not gonna get them a bag. It's just not gonna happen. But someone deliberately pretending to be me, having full-blown conversations with these men that I don't know, these unsuspecting victims, just having full-blown conversations with them. Why did you do it? Here are some receipts that I was smart enough to get access to. So here's the profile. I'm gonna try and find a way to fit. So here's the profile. I'm gonna try and find a way to fit the picture in here. Like, I don't even have any words for this. When I first came across this account and somebody sent me the screenshots of this, I didn't know whether or not to be angry. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know whether to laugh. Like I told you guys in the beginning of this video, my life has been nothing but a Lifetime movie. So here's the screenshot. First of all, anybody who sees my pictures and thinks that I passed for 32 years old, first of all, that's insulting. 2, I discussed this earlier. There is no verification symbol on that profile. Why? Why are you swiping? Swipe left, not right. There's no verification. There's no verification. I'm not swiping on somebody with no verification. Why? So I can get chopped up and thrown in a van? No. Never interact with an account that has no verification. You don't know if they're a scammer. You don't know what the case is. Swipe left. This person could be catfishing you to go meet up with them, and then boom, you end up a missing person. Now that you've heard my experiences with 2 dating apps, here's what I actually learned from these experiences. I learned this one the hard way. Be careful who you give your number to. Be very mindful of that. After this, honestly rather just give someone my IG opposed to giving them my personal number until I can fully trust them with something as valuable as a phone number, because a phone number is more valuable than people think it is, or at best a fake Google number. I believe Google has some sort of app where you can give people fake numbers instead of giving them like the real thing. People have to earn, okay? People have to earn certain information out of you, and that includes a phone number. And yes, you might argue, well, I can just block them, but what happened to me can still happen to you even if you block that number. Blocking numbers doesn't prevent situations like this from happening to anyone. Never in my life has this happened. Never. And you know, it could just be a coincidence, a coinky dink, but I don't know. I have like 2 other people that I think are suspects, but just in case they see this, I'm not gonna say anything. That was all for this video. Have a nice morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you're watching this video. Bye. Bye.